One of the things I absolutely love about modern editing is how everything can talk to everything else without you having to re-export 100 times. Adobe's Dynamic Link is a classic example of how leaping between Premiere and After Effects without constant rendering saves hours, especially on a deadline. But if you are a creator focused on turning long videos into short, punchy social clips, there is another workflow that is quietly game-changing. I am talking about using an AI-first tool like Vizard to handle the heavy lifting of clip discovery, editing, and publishing. Today, I want to walk through a few real-world scenarios where you can keep your creative control while massively speeding things up with automation. Think of it like keeping the best parts of the Premiere and After Effects world while skipping that repetitive, soul-crushing exporting loop. First up, let's talk about green screen keying, where everyone who has composited knows that fine-tuning edges manually can take half a day. With Vizard, you keep that control, but you speed through the workflow by letting the AI detect the segments with the cleanest keys for you. If you need that perfect pixel-accurate key, you can simply export the chosen cut to After Effects for your final polish. The key here is that instead of re-exporting 10 versions as you iterate, the system keeps your versions organized until you really need the heavy-duty stuff. Next, we have to look at exterior shots and those classic sky swaps that can define the entire mood of your video. Instead of creating Luma mats and tracking camera movement manually, you can apply a batch of aesthetic presets that handle the heavy lifting instantly. Compared to the old way where you would spend hours re-rendering multiple sky options just to see which one vibes, this is way more iterative. Now let's tackle the classic screen replacement trick where you need to drop a UI onto a laptop or monitor in the shot. Vizard auto-identifies portions of your long-form video that would make strong insert content and maps it to your shot automatically. It even proposes corner pin fits and adjusts blending modes to preserve reflections so everything actually looks like it belongs in the frame. If you want to swap the screen clip later, it is trivial because the system remakes the replacement without you re-rendering the entire timeline. Across these examples, the principle stays the same. Keep manual tools for max control, but let automation handle the repetitive steps. Vizard sees your long-form footage, finds the moments that will perform on social, and builds multiple edit variants for you. I want to be clear about trade-offs, because for huge, blockbuster-level visual effects, you are still going to want the classic professional pipeline. But for the majority of creators, the bottleneck isn't a missing plugin, it is simply having enough time. Vizard addresses that by automating the discovery, editing, and scheduling so you can focus on the storytelling. I typically record a 60-minute session and just upload the raw file to have the AI analyze audio peaks, smiles, and reaction moments. It spits back 20 short candidates that it thinks will perform well, and I can just stitch them together and add my branded bumpers. Beyond the editing, the scheduling side is a massive time saver for anyone managing multiple platforms. The Content Calendar UI feels like having a social media manager next to you who never sleeps. Vizard sits right in the middle, offering robust AI for discovery, decent in-app editing, and a scheduler that keeps everything organized. It is not a replacement for seasoned editors, but it is a major force multiplier for creators who need volume and speed. Collaboration is also super easy, allowing you to share candidate clips and comment on edits without zipping files. The version history is straightforward, so if someone made a tweak you don't like, you can roll it back in one click. So yeah, use Premiere and After Effects when you need pixel-perfect control, but let AI handle the batch edits and scheduling. You will move faster and be able to test way more creative ideas without burning an entire day on exporting and re-rendering. If you want to see a deeper breakdown, drop a comment below and tell me which workflow you want to see next. Also, hit subscribe for more breakdowns like this, because seriously, clicking that button is basically a one-finger workout.